Well, the book Leaders of the Pack should be on everyone's reading list, especially after last Thursday's big ceremony at Lambeau Field. Packers fans know that Starr, Favre, and Rodgers are three of the best quarterbacks to play the game, of course. Reischel has written 8 books studying the franchise and doing years of research. And he's here again to talk to us about everything, right? The ceremony, Leaders of the Pack, and you have a new Aaron book to talk about. And we have a special giveaway at the end of the segment where you managed to snag a couple of really cool autographs, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, Brett Favre and Ron Wolf, who wrote the foreword and the preface for Leaders of the Pack, were terrific.
Okay.
First of all, with their time
to
help me do the book and the project, as was Aaron himself. But then secondly, they signed a number of copies, and we'll do a giveaway with Brett and Ron Wolf's signature here later in the show.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Well, let's start by talking about Thursday. Unfortunately, we lost the game, which is, let's try and forget about that part. But the halftime ceremony where they retired Brett Favre's number, and then Bart Starr got to come out onto the field. What did you think? Were you moved by it?
I think anybody who wasn't moved, Denise probably needs to have their body re-examined for a heart. I mean, it was a remarkable event. I mean, I felt bad, for the fans who had to sit through that driving rainstorm. I mean, honestly, there wasn't a 30-second break through the night
but then
where there wasn't
see the tears. Everyone was probably crying.
True, right.
Wiped the tears away. But
no, the event itself was fantastic. Kudos to the Packers. They put on a good show with that.
Yeah.
It was great to have Brett back. Welcomed, obviously, to the family, and then Bart really tipped the whole thing. I mean, that was the cherry on top.
Did you get
obviously.
emotional? I got kind of emotional.
Yeah, again, I think anybody would when you saw that moment where he and Brett Favre hugged.
Yeah.
Him riding out on the golf cart pumping his fist like he was.
He had a big smile on his face.
Was really neat, especially when you know the backstory of how hard he worked to get back to that point where he could make it to Lambeau.
Maybe for the last time, maybe, hopefully not, but he wanted to get out to Lambeau one last time.
Right.
And he and Favre had that embrace. I mean, you had to just feel emotional.
You did. I mean, I would say a year ago it looked really bleak. Even a few months ago it looked bleak, if Bart could make it back for this event.
Right.
And he's had such a sensational recovery to this point. Like you said, there's no guarantees he'll ever make it back to Lambeau again.
Right.
So if this was the last time, it was a really neat time.
What a great way.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got Leaders of the Pack here. And again, I think we've talked about this in a different segment on the show. This is all about the 3 quarterbacks and why they are. Just briefly, give us a quick overview of this book.
Yeah, just real quick cliff notes on it. We line up the trio there of Bart Starr, Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers and make the case why it's the greatest trio of quarterbacks any NFL team has ever had. And we line them up against the others. And honestly, Denise, it's a pretty easy sell. So you get wonderful insights into their careers, their histories in Green Bay. And then you also learn a lot about the other quarterbacks, from some of the better franchises as well. So if you're a Packer fan or an NFL fan, I really think it's the perfect Christmas gift.
I think absolutely. And then you have this other book to talk about, too, Aaron Rodgers, all about Aaron, right?
It is all about Aaron. It's a remake of a book we did, Denise, in 2011 after the Packers won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
It's a terrific story on Aaron's life and how he got to the point from being a completely overlooked high school kid, overlooked college kid, semi-forgotten about in the draft, won a Super Bowl in Green Bay, and it's an updated version of that where we take you through the last 4 or 5 years of Aaron in Green Bay and how he's become one of the top quarterbacks in football.
Another great Christmas gift. But now we have an important giveaway for our listeners, right, for our viewers. We have 2 books we're going to give away, Leaders of the Pack. They're signed by both Brett Favre and Ron Wolf. Callers 9 and 10 will win a copy. What a great deal. 414-799-4444. Callers 9 and 10 will win. All right.
Terrific.
And where else can you get the book really quick?
So Barnes & Noble has them, really all major bookstores in the area, Amazon.com. The publisher of both books is triumphbooks.com out of Chicago, so you can jump on their website, and those are real easy ways to get them.
Sounds great. Thanks for being here, Ron.
Thank you very much.